Welcome everybody to another episode of WebTools TV and our favorite, I can do this, web tool aficionado is here again, Alex Yong. Welcome, Alex.
Hey, Deborah. Hey, everybody.
I've been
How are
practicing that
you?
word.
Yeah, I think you got it down packed.
Good, thank you. And it starts with A, just like, Alex the aficionado.
Yes, it does. And
So
I say it with passion because I know that I'm an aficionado.
you say it
I'm
so
proud to be an
there
aficionado.
we go. Your way of saying it, so I shouldn't say pretty. I don't want to. Well, Alex, you're pretty, but
Well,
I'll pretend like I
well,
didn't say that because
here,
I don't know what
here,
guys like.
here's the ugly way to say aficionado. WebTools critic. Critic. I
Ah,
am a
okay.
critic and I don't mince words.
Ah, I hadn't thought of that. I was thinking expert, but that's a good point. What was it? There's another word this week. Of course, I won't be able to remember it now, but I was thinking of it in a certain way, and then I had to write a paper, and I went and looked it up, and I thought, wow, I didn't even know that there was this other variation. You know how you're close, as a writer, and you actually look it up and think, wow, there's a whole other dimension to this word. And
Glad to
there's
be here.
excellent, and there's other dimensions to Alex too. I'm sure that this is the Alex month, is what I call this on WebTools TV.
Yes, yes, I am a virtual onion or Russian doll or whatever you want to call me.
Oh, that goes another direction. I had one of
Mhm.
those. But anyway, rather than me babbling about toys I had as a child and still have. No, you sent over an article. Alex, is this an article that you wrote? You were talking about LinkedIn and their photo bus.
Yes, yes. If you feel like you want a new headshot for your LinkedIn profile or anywhere, not just LinkedIn, there's some good news for you if you live in Chicago or points west. It's a 10-city tour that LinkedIn is doing, all for free, and you can get a free headshot and some profile advice if you want that. I just went for the free headshot and I told them, no, I could do the profile on my own. And they were fine with that. But it's a 10 city tour that started in Philadelphia on the first of the month. And it's called hashtag Picture Opportunity Tour. And it started in Philadelphia and it'll end at UCLA on October the 12th. And it's all for free, you guys.
That is really cool. That is, I'll have to check that out on UCLA. And this is LinkedIn is actually paying for this. This is a LinkedIn thing, right?
Yes, it is. And I mean, I guess I could speculate on as far as the why, but you know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, as the saying goes. You
That's a
know, it's
good
a free
point because
headshot. Yeah.
I keep thinking,
Free
okay, what's the
advice.
upsell? What's the, where's the ROI? Where's.
Yeah. You know, I think what it is, Deborah, like, and now I'm getting psychological, is that we've gotten so jaded just in general, especially here in America, that when something is free, there's sometimes a tendency to say, well, why? Like, what's going on? But I mean, in this case, I mean, I guess I could speculate, but it's just so silly. I mean, it's a free headshot and free profile advice if you want to take it. And you don't even have to take it. You could just tell them, no, look, I'll do the profile on my own. And they're actually going to be fine with that. They'll just give you a paper handout of best practices for your profile. But the picture is a very fast process because what the professional photographer does is he'll have you stand in front of the backdrop. He'll snap some pictures, about I guess 9 or 10, on I guess a DSLR with a SD card, and then the card is removed and then taken 5 feet over to a laptop. Someone there is gonna let you know which pictures you can look at, and then you make a mental note of the two that you like best, and then the assistant will toggle back and forth, and then you say, okay, this one. And then finally, that gets uploaded onto your LinkedIn profile on the spot. And you have to have your LinkedIn username, not your username, your password and the associated email that goes with the account. If you don't have that, and you're on site, well, you just wasted your time because you really need to have you walk out the door. So before you head on over to the bus, the Picture Opportunity bus, please make sure that you have your email and your username. I'm sorry, your password and your email that is associated with your LinkedIn account. And then it'll be uploaded on the spot, and then you can just go on your merry way.
That makes a lot of sense, though, as far as sometimes I've actually, forgotten what it is. And obviously, for a free opportunity, they do not want to sit there while you're, wait, hold on, let me send the, forgot password over to my email on my phone. You're going to hold up everybody. So it makes a lot of sense, especially for free for their time. Have it right away.
Yes, yes. And don't think that you can change the password there, because in order to change the password, you have to know the old password. So it's just an exercise in futility. Have your password and your associated email with you before you walk out the door, please.
Makes sense. Even if you have to test it in your car or something, it's like you've got your mobile, test it, make sure you know what it is. Log out, log back
Yes,
in.
exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And so I think the New York stop actually had a networking sort of component to it, because it was in front of the Marriott Hotel, and when I ventured inside, there were all these like little tables and people chatting and some refreshments. So I think New York was the only stop where they had thrown in a networking component. And then the other stops, I do believe that they are just it's just the bus parked in front of somewhere, and the bus becomes the actual venue.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Well, UCLA, that's like party all the time. So it's having
And you
it
know
there.
what? UCLA might have a networking component. I mean, it all depends on like the venue and the size and stuff like that. And I mean, I guess UCLA is huge, and I mean, they could just pick anywhere. But actually, the address is on the site, the landing page. So if you go to my Twitter, might as well drive people to my Twitter. If you go to my Twitter, you'll see the link to the article, and then the final link in the final paragraph has all the addresses, the exact addresses that you can go to in Chicago, Omaha, and Denver, Albuquerque, Tempe, and San Francisco, and then finally Los Angeles.
I'm like trying to count them. Okay, wait, I got to 8. And no, excellent. You did that off the top of your head. That's great. Well, thank you, Alex.
Oh, you're most welcome, and thank you, LinkedIn, if you're listening. Thank you. I like the picture.
Definitely. Yeah, I saw the picture. It looks good, Alex. Yeah, you guys will have to check out Alex's LinkedIn photo on his article.
Thanks, Deborah.
Also, you had some other tools, plural, or one tool that you wanted to share with us tonight?
One tool that will help you tremendously. It's called CloudUp, and it is actually part of the Automatic Inc. family, and that is Automatic with 2 T's, Automatic, named after Matt Mullenweg. And
I didn't know
Deborah,
that.
do you want to tell people who Matt Mullenweg is in case they don't know?
No, I'll let you tell them, because you go ahead.
He created WordPress. He's the godfather of WordPress, and the tool is all about. Let me just switch over to it now, because I know it takes some time. But I should do my screen share thing, right?
Yep, that'd be good.
CloudUp is basically like Dropbox, but it's just so much easier to use. Let me just try to screen share for a second. Okay, here I go. It's the green one, right? Great. See, I'm getting good at this.
Oh, good. Something easier than Dropbox. Dropbox is so easy. That must really be easy.
Let's see. I think it's this one. Here.
I didn't realize the Automatic. I didn't realize the 2 T's was because of Matt. I knew it was the WordPress, but I didn't know that it was named. That's really creative.
It pays homage to his name.
That's cool.
And am I sharing you? I meant to share the screen. Oh goodness!
I was like,
I shared the wrong one. So I'll just press the other one. Is that it? Am I sharing you, Deborah?
Yep, you're sharing me. Do you have 2 monitors?
I don't have 2 monitors, but I have 2 Chrome windows open, because I know that's worked for me in the past. So I'm just going to reshare again, and I'll pick this one, because there's a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Well, then you
So
should be on a good path.
now what am I sharing? Am I sharing you?
Nothing yet,
Yeah.
but it might just be delayed. There we go. Oh, it's me again.
Oh. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't toggle. You
Just
know, it's
minor.
the simplest things trip Alex up. So just so you guys know, just so you know,
That's right. I told
that's
you it took
my
45 minutes to get on Blab, and I don't know if that's a record yet.
that's my Achilles heel. It's like all these like tiny stupid things. So now let me toggle, and then you should see what I have here for you guys. Do you see my screen? It says green
Yep.
room, participant access. Okay, so let's say I wanted of this and put it onto CloudUp, which is like Dropbox, for the purpose of sharing the link so that
Actually,
somebody
Alex
can,
is still.
you don't,
And all right, now we're on the green room. Is that where you wanted to be?
yes,
Okay. All right. Because before it
the
was
group.
me, but now we're on.
Oh, okay. Right, right. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show.
Okay. Gotcha. All right.
So let's say I wanted to send this as a screenshot to somebody. What I would do is I would press PRTSC on my keyboard, and then I'd go to CloudUp. And what I would do is Control V. Now I'm using the Windows operating system, just so you know. And so once the interface detects that I press Control V, what it does, it inserts the screenshot into CloudUp with a unique URL, which you can see up top here. And once it actually feeds the system, you're going to see that what I pressed on print screen goes right into the system. And there it is.
Cool.
Well, I see it. I don't know about you. Yeah, you see it, right?
Yep, we do.
And so when you click on this, what's going to happen is it's going to become the size that you see on your end. And then you could just send the link to your friend or colleague. You would go up to the URL bar and you'll see that the ending part of the URL now has a /f on it. Now /f just means that it's full size.
Right.
And you could toggle back to that small size, which I don't like. You know, it doesn't help me in any way. And so that's one way that you could use CloudUp. And CloudUp is wonderful.
For a Mac user, instead of the print screen, what's the
You guys don't have print screen?
you know, it depends on the keyboard. If we use a Windows based, then there's a print screen. So like one of my Macs, I have a Logitech, so that would have it. But my others, the default Mac doesn't have it. Although all the Mac users out there, I'm pulling off my little.
Yeah, because I mean, there's also a way to have, let's say, well, that's actually a good question. What we could do is we could email Meredith at CloudUp because the team is very personable, very responsive, and or you could even tweet at them, and they will answer all of your questions. But
And I'll probably have all these Mac users saying, "You don't know what to use in place of print screen." Well, the thing is, I don't use print screen. That's
really, I use that like multiple times a day.
I used to use it in the Windows, but I actually like the TechSmith Snagit. And I started using that one even when I was IT manager. And so I would get a version for Windows and I would get a version for Mac. And I just use Snagit for everything.
Oh, okay.
But this looks really easy, what you're showing.
Yeah, and it also allows sound files and PDFs, but the PDFs don't show up. They show up as a choice to download. So it's just like this white box and it says download. So the PDF portion isn't really impressive, but so you could put PDFs, you could put sound files, and just a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to be really helpful to you. Text files, .txt files, documents as well. Yeah.
So you just drag
go
it
to
in?
CloudUp. Yeah, there's a drag, I believe, but then I don't find actually if there's a drag function. I think there is. how about this? You guys listening, you could just play around with it. I
You know,
mean,
that's what
because sometimes when you play around with stuff, you can really discover all these little neat features.
I have to confess. I can talk. have to confess, Alex. I was actually playing with it while while you were talking. Like, oh wait, there's got to be. I'm finding all these different links and help files and things. So yeah, that might even be more fun. Not more fun than listening to Alex, of course, but yeah, to just try it out and see what you can do. It's like then write your
Yeah,
own blog article on tips.
and then you can rename the they call them items, and then if you have more than one item in one URL, it's called a stream, I believe. And let me show you how to just edit. You just press the pencil, and then what you can do is just let the interface open up, and then if you have something else in your memory buffer, let's say another screenshot, you could just press Control V, and then it'll add another box. Maybe I should go ahead and do that and just see what happens.
Okay,
And
that's where
then
I'm seeing the
what?
similarities to Dropbox, like folders,
Yeah,
but
but
you're
does
having
Dropbox?
collection, right?
Yeah, but I mean, does Dropbox have Control V, and like, does it support these sort of keyboardy functions?
It does from the aspect that I use well, I was going to say the Finder because of the Mac, you know, the desktop, the Finder, and I use it like a folder. So that's where it
Oh,
functions just
okay.
like it would on Windows Explorer. But I mean,
Okay.
the first illustration that you gave, I was thinking that's a lot like a screen capture or a text snag it. But from this, I can see where it's a replacement for Dropbox.
Yeah, and so now you see that there are two items in this URL, and now that there's more than one item, it's called a stream. And so you can have like 10, you can have just an indefinite amount of items in one URL. The only thing they told me via an email is that the rendering might just slow you down a little bit if you have too many things, but I
That makes
believe they
sense.
told me there is not a limit. But now, if you wanted to replace the image, well, I added two things here, so now it's kind of tricky. But let's say there was only one thing here, and I wanted to keep the URL, but I wanted the image to be different. Then I would just press the little X. Don't delete. There's a delete button in the corner. Don't press that because then you'll lose the URL. So you want to click on the X in the corner, and then just Control V your new replacement, and it'll keep the URL. And it's just beautiful. I've gotten very, very comfortable with it, as you can tell.
It does. It looks very convenient. I wonder if this would be really helpful with the back to school and applications for students.
Hey, Deborah, do you see where it says upload, paste, or drag files and URLs to this window?
Yep.
So now we got our answer. You can drag. Yeah, I think I've dragged once in a while with this thing, but usually I'll just paste.
Right.
And then, of course, you could upload, but that's like extra steps and stuff. But yeah,
What
even
about privacy?
yes, there is a little interface here that says visible to, and then it'll tell you what each level is. Where this says only people with the link will be able to view it. They call it private. And then there's an option to add a password. And like with me and my needs, I never get into the these little sort of bonuses. But if you needed them, there they are. And if you have questions, they will gladly answer you.
That's good. That's good to know about the support too. That they really, because you said you can like tweet them or email them or.
Yeah, email is better, I find.
Okay.
But I have to tell you guys, there is an invitation structure to this, so you can't just create an account and just start using it. You have to have an invite code or an invite word, and I have a few. I have a few that are unused.
So you need to know Alex.
So
That's it.
you need
Alex,
to know me,
influencer.
Alex Yong, also known as socialalex.com. Now, you know, Deborah, I have to get used to saying that, socialalex.com.
Yes. Yeah, that is such a cool domain.
Thank you.
That's
so
excellent.
should I stop sharing my screen?
Sure.
I guess so.
We like to see your face.
Watch me hang up on you. Oh, here it is. Okay.
Speaking of,
Stop.
while you're switching it, I learned another little Hangout tip or something not to do. And
Tell me.
maybe
Tell
it's
me. Tell
just
me.
my laptop because I have one of the like smallest laptops as far as Mac. But if you go too fast and you're setting up your Hangout, and I try to right away hit the, because I have a green room, so I'm getting this all set up, and right away I hit the mute button and the camera hide. Well, because rather than having you pop up and all of a sudden you're seeing the wall and all this stuff going on, whatever. So that's part of our process. Well, I went so fast that as it shifts, as the screen tries to fill on the right hand side for the Hangout toolbox, the one for the camera becomes the hang up one. So in other
Oh
words,
no.
don't go too fast. If you start a hangout, just live with the fact that you're not muted and your camera's showing. Make sure you're dressed. That's another little tip. And wait for everything to load and then go up. If that's something that, a lot of people don't do that, but part of our process, we just do that to make sure that we're not, blaring in someone's ear or something as they come into the green room, obviously before we go live. But yeah, so don't do it fast. Slow down. Otherwise you hang up on yourself. And there's a chance that you can't get back into the same hangout. In our case with the green room, that screws up the link and everything else. So yeah, just probably only applies to 1% of the population, but whatever.
So I'm just curious, how large is your laptop? Because you said that it's small as far as Macs go.
I have a lot of skills, but estimate, I want to say it's 11-inch, but I might be wrong. I'm not very good at guessing. It's the one of the Air.
It sounds small. Okay.
It was good. I got it as my writing laptop because the idea was I wanted to be able, the like airplanes and how small they are. And I used to have the 17-inch. And it was great because it was completely loaded, everything that you could possibly need as far as the MacBook Pro. And that's great, but it's only great if you really want to have a portable desktop. So I thought I'm either doing a tablet or I'm doing a really tiny laptop for writing. It's like, how much do you need when you're mobile,
Let me get your opinion on the iPad Pro that was announced today. Do you have any?
Oh, we gotta get Mike on here on that one. He's the hardware guy. He's the. It's funny because when I met him, and for anyone that doesn't know, a lot of you know Michael. He's behind the scenes, Maestro, whatever. Yeah, Maestro Michael. But yeah, he's the tech guy. When I met him 20 years ago, oh my goodness, I just said that loud. No, but he was like really into Windows PC, the whole thing, and I was Mac, and it was like, oh, well, I'm better. I'm better. This whole little thing of kids going back and forth, whatever. And then he actually switched to Mac, and then he started saying, once you go Mac, you never go back. So he's almost more Mac than I am, because then I was IT manager, so I was, what do you call it?
Right.
Not bipartisan. No. What's your agnostic? There we go. I'm not going to fault. Yeah. I'm not going to fault any because I do Unix too. So it's like they're all great. They have their good, bad, whatever. But he is totally Mac. He taught classes to people on like how to upgrade and hardware, and he's got like the history of Apple in his head, and I don't know. So yeah.
Okay. So he surpassed you. He started behind you, and then he surpassed you.
Yeah. Basically. Wow. There's some pieces of information. It's just like, you know what, honey, you can own that corner. That's okay. I'll do. I bequeath it to you. Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, we'll have to get him on here. Except he's not quite as extroverted, so he likes to be behind the camera, not in front of it.
Baby steps, baby steps.
I like looking like, I hope you're not watching, honey, because I just said that. Exactly. Well, thank you, Alex. We learned something.
Oh, and
if someone is interested, seriously though, do they try to get in touch with you, or do they watch until a public launch of CloudUp?
I would say either or. Follow CloudUp on Twitter, and the handle is @CloudUp. And with me, just get in touch with me. Go to socialalex.com and then link. Click until you get to me.
I like that. That's quotable. Click until you get to me. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, like I have a lot of different handles and they're not uniform. So socialalex.com is going to be your starting point, and you will get to me. You will. I guarantee you. Excellent.
That answers the next question of where to find you. So I think you just answered that right there. Click until you get to them. Socialalex.com. There you go.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, Alex. And thanks all of you tuning in, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. All right.